This afternoon, the rain here in San Diego. We've been seeing strong winds, down trees, and some down power lines.
At one point, trolley service actually had to be suspended downtown because of flooding on the tracks near Petco Park. We're happy to tell you that service is now back up.
This is all due to Tropical Storm Kay making its way up the coast from Baja California. CBS 8's Abby Alford joins us live now from Alpine, where driving has been tough. Abby.
Heather, we're in downtown Alpine and traffic is now cleared, but earlier today it had been blocked or slowed down quite a bit because behind me there were tree limbs that had snapped off this eucalyptus tree, barely missing the DMV tag cottage that's behind me, but it did get into the road, and that's when crews had to come and direct traffic through here. Now, it wasn't just tough getting through downtown Alpine today, but up on the freeway, those wind made it really tough for truck drivers. This morning during peak wind and rain, we headed east on Interstate 8 and saw signs warning drivers that high-profile vehicles like semis were not advised between Alpine and Imperial County. I shot this video from the passenger seat and saw several semi-trucks pulled over on the side of the freeway, others crawling up the incline with their lights flashing. We were in an SUV and we could even feel the pull of the wind, which in some areas of the mountain, gusts reached 60 to 70 miles per hour at one time. We pulled in at Buckman Springs rest stop where we found trucker Bill Betancourt waiting out the storm. He's been driving for 39 years and says it was getting pretty squirrely out there, so he didn't take any chances.
Safety first out here. That's always been my rule. If I feel as though I'm not very safe out here, if I'm watching everybody else change lanes and because of the wind, it's time for me to get off the road.
We also drove through neighborhoods in Alpine and found many sandbags that had surrounded homes to keep from flooding. Remember, the county does have locations where you can pick up free sandbags. This storm also whipped through North County. That's where CBS 8's Shannon Handy is live to explain what she found. Shannon.
Yeah, Abby, you mentioned those free sandbags. I'm actually at Kit Carson Park in Escondido, one of many areas throughout the county where you can pick up those sandbags. You simply go over to the sports complex here. They'll hand you a pile of bags, and then they will direct you over here to this pile of sand. So bring your own shovel, you fill up the bags, and there you go. You can keep your home safe. Now, throughout the day, my photographer and I have been throughout North County and beyond, and we've seen down trees, down power lines, and rain-related traffic. I spoke with one woman who described what it was like to drive from Chula Vista to Escondido this morning.
It took me an hour. It was too much driving, but I usually watch where I'm going and just be careful. That's all I'm going to do.
Again, traffic wasn't the only hazard caused by this storm. On Del Norte and Calle Ricardo here in Escondido, a eucalyptus tree toppled over early this morning, bringing power lines down with it. That left 70 customers without electricity, but SDG&E crews did respond and were working to restore that power. Over in Ramona, you can see just how gusty those winds were, and this is something we'll be seeing more of as this storm continues through the weekend. I asked an SDG&E spokesperson about not only this storm, but the heat wave we've had, because keep in mind, even though it's raining, there's still a flex alert today. He said it is unique, but they're prepared.
Absolutely unique, absolutely an anomaly to put those two things together. We have staged resources in advanced and secured crews to stand by and ensure that we can restore power to customers as quickly as possible.
And of course, if you see down lines, report it, but stay away. If you do happen to lose power, it's better to use flashlights as opposed to candles because of that fire hazard that candles pose. And as for those sandbags we keep talking about, there is a list on our website. You can find places in the city or somewhere in the county to pick them up for free. Just go to CBS8.com. Marcel and Heather.
Sounds strange to be talking about a flex alert and heat as you're standing there dealing with the rain, Shannon.
Still pretty warm out there.
Yeah, it is very odd. It's very warm. If you guys haven't been outside, I know it looks like it's very chilly because of the cloud cover, and I'm here in a jacket. I'm actually sweating. It's very humid, and that's what we've been seeing all week. The good news, though, with this flex alert, which just started, by the way, even though we're being asked to save power, Cal ISO, which manages the state's grid, they only have us at an emergency alert 1. Now, once they get to an emergency alert 3, that's that's when those rolling blackouts begin. So we're only at a level 1. So people continue to save power. It's very unlikely we will experience rolling blackouts tonight. But the blackouts, the main concern with those blackouts is from the rain and the wind toppling those trees over into power lines. It's not necessarily this heat. So you've got all these different factors coming into play. I said today that Mother Nature is really giving us all she's got today.
Going from one extreme to the next in just a matter of hours, really, but still a lot of the same concerns with those blackouts, potentially from a different cause. Thanks so much, Shannon. Go stay dry. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis is tracking the storm and joins us now for the very latest on the weather.
Yeah, and Carlene, when we're taking a look at all of this morning, it was almost 90 degrees outside at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I saw all the tweets, all the pictures, everyone taking a screenshot of their phone, basically showing, yeah, temperatures were very warm to start off this morning. I called it Mother Nature's blanket last night, the one we didn't want, because even last night, going into about 11 o'clock, we still had temperatures that were into the mid to upper 80s for current temperatures. So we only dropped a little bit when we went to our overnight lows. Yes, it is warm out there. It feels more like Miami than it does San Diego, our typical weather pattern. And as we go into the forecast, we are still holding on to rain, humidity, and some warmth. So 73 degrees right now for downtown. We are experiencing some rain, also high humidity at 90%. So we are seeing a few showers near downtown, but the bulk of the moisture currently across the county is in North County, as well as seeing that across the mountains. Now, when we take a closer look of the past 3 hours, we've just seen an influx of moisture, and it's all associated with K, which is roughly about 130 miles to the southwest of us here in San Diego. So this is going to continue to surge in that moisture as we go into the weekend, still holding on to rain chances. We'll go ahead and take a look at how much we received so far, and then we have a bunch of alerts to break down coming up next half hour.
All right, thanks so much, Carlene.
You're welcome.
And take a look at your screen here. These are some of the events that have been postponed or canceled because of all this rain.
You know, we figured this might happen, so some of these events that are postponed include the San Diego Festival of the Arts and the Little River Band concert at Humphreys by the Bay, as well as the movies in the park in San Marcos.
We're still waiting to hear back from the Padres on whether or not tonight's game against the Los Angeles Dodgers will be played. I'm assuming they're going to go forward if it holds off for right
They
now.
haven't said anything yet, right? Also, tomorrow's Boots in the Park concert, so far that's
You're
still
going,
a go.
right?
Yes, I've been waiting, and I'll just wear the cowboy hat if the rain should come down. And
Maybe
we'll just
line
sort
it
of,
with some like saran wrap or something.
Put a towel underneath, perhaps. And always for the latest weather conditions and up-to-the-date radar right on your phone, just text the word storm to 858-571-8888. You can also download the CBS 8 app.
We want to see photos and videos of the storm where you live. Again, as Heather said, just download the app if you haven't already, CBS 8, and then go to the Near Me section and then click on the Share With Us button. And if your pictures are good enough, maybe Carlene will put your photos on the air.